Hey guys, for my informative speech, I picked gun violence and raising awareness for it. On February 14, 2018, 17 people were killed and 17 people were wounded due to a mass shooting that occurred in Parkland, Florida. A 19-year-old student carried an AR-15 into Stoneman Douglas High School and was able to perform the horrific act with ease. On April 20th, 1999, at Columbine High School in Colorado, 2 teens went on a shooting spree, killing 13 people and wounding more than 20 others, before turning their guns on themselves and committing suicide. Since then, more than 215,000 students in the United States have lived through school shootings. With that being said, mass shootings account for just 1% of gun deaths. 61.6% of gun deaths fall under suicide, and the other 34.9% fall under other homicides. In the article Baltimore Ceasefire 365 by Elizabeth Bridgeford, they studied the estimate impact of what a ceasefire may do to the streets of Baltimore. A ceasefire was somewhat of a peace challenge with a statement to the city to not kill anybody for 72 hours from Friday through Sunday. As that may sound absurd to some people, it actually dropped the crime rate with guns by 52%. More than 500 people die every day because of a violence committed with firearms. The community as a whole would hold live events, rallies, and even post it all over social media to spread awareness about this peace challenge to make the city of Baltimore a less violent place. That goes to show that with a little bit of help, there's a way to slow and even put an end to gun violence in rough neighborhoods. The Baltimore ceasefire is a great way to prevent gun violence in local areas. There are many other ways to achieve the same goal. One of the ways is to increase insecurity at schools by having students wear clear bags, using metal detectors, and police officers at school entrances. Another way would be to be more cautious, to take more precautious on the background checks before giving license to your average American citizen, and to strengthen the gun law policy that can include longer time from the purchase of the firearm to receiving it. One more way could be to increase the security of guns in a household with the use of safes. This will prevent kids from having easy access to firearms. And finally, a public health approach to school shootings, as Astor explains from CNN. He explains the public health approach to school shooting as a virus to be cured. He talks about a kid eating vegetables, staying healthy, staying hydrated, and getting the right amount of exercise as a way of keeping him away from getting sick. And the same goes to schools. They should make schools focus on anti-bullying and a mandatory one-on-one session with a counselor to talk about how they're doing and how and what they're going through, because a conversation could change the outcome of multiple lives. One of the biggest talks after the Parkland mass shooting was to make teachers carry firearms on them in class. In the audio "To Move Forward, Parkland Shooting" by Michelle Martin, one of the Parkland shooting survivors, Annabelle said, "One thing that I definitely don't want to be returning to school is having my teacher have a gun on her." However, while some people such as Annabelle oppose the idea, others are for it. One example of this is President Trump, who believes that we would have less school shootings if our teacher staff was armed. Annabelle made a huge effort to turn the safety of schools around, asking the local lawmakers if her school was going to be safe. She also stated a week after the Parkland shooting that she and her friends wouldn't come back if the school wasn't 100% safe.